Moto Scout, exploring life on two wheels.
Alright, this is Kentucky weather. We had 4 to 6 inches of snow yesterday, and as you can see, there are the remnants of that snow, but the roads are clear, and anywhere the sun shined today and yesterday after the snow, it's pretty much made the snow disappear. Had one subscriber on a video today talking about how it was snowing on him in the Northeast, and another subscriber down in Texas talking about how it should be 70 this afternoon. So I guess here in Kentucky we are somewhere in the middle. It is about 38, 39 degrees, but I was smart today. I've got my extra pants on, I've got my winter jacket on, and I've got my heated gloves on. Oh yeah. If I had thought to get gassed the last time I was on the bike when it was warmer, I'd be perfect right now, but I'll have to stop at some point and take these gloves off and get some gas. Now today's moto vlog is going to be a little more motorcycle centered. So if you're one of my subscribers who enjoys the motorcycle stuff, this one's for you. If you're somebody that enjoys me talking about the other stuff more, you never know what this one might hold. But today we're going to talk about biker or rider aids. What are rider aids? Pretty much any technology on a bike that makes it easier to ride or safer. Now bikers have varying attitudes towards rider aids. Some of them are of the opinion, if you're a good enough rider, you don't need any of them. And you know, that's true, but all of these rider aids have worked their way down to our bikes by being first introduced on the Moto GP and the race bike circuits. So those are the best riders in the world, and their bikes have these rider aids. So it doesn't make you any less of a biker if you have a bike with rider aids or you want to use those rider aids. The most common aids that you can find are modes. That's changing the mapping of the bike so that it limits the power that you can use. Oftentimes you'll see bikes with a rain mode, and that will tame down the throttle response so that you're not giving not prone to abrupt throttle movements in the rain. When your traction's bad, you don't want to do anything quickly, whether it be braking or accelerating. So that kind of takes the work out of riding in the rain for you. You don't have to worry as much about the throttle. But of course, if you're an experienced biker, you can handle that yourself. Another common rider aid is the ABS, just like in a car, analog braking system. That really can come in handy, because even though you might be able to brake faster and better without analog braking system, when you are in a situation where you've got to stop quickly, you might not be able to modulate that as well as you could if you were just doing it in a parking lot training for it. That is, if a car pulls out in front of you, your first reaction might not be, this is how I brake quickly. It could be, oh crap. So the anti-lock braking system will keep you from locking up your tire and having a high side or laying the bike down. So that's a good one to have. And I've had, this bike has anti-lock brakes, and the Kawasaki Z650 I had it as well. That bike, the 650, also had a slipper assist or a slipper clutch. What that'll do is modulate the back wheel when you're decelerating. If you mess up and go down a gear or two too many, it will make it to where the back tire doesn't skip or lock up on you. I've had that happen on a bike before. It can be a little unnerving when you, because it's usually in a turn, but again, your bike will correct itself as long as you don't do anything too abruptly. So that's a good one to have. I don't think I have it on the Z800. I never really have checked to see if that's on there. This bike doesn't have a whole lot of extra technology. It's got the anti-lock brakes. It doesn't have any modes. It doesn't have any traction control. It's just basically a pretty good bike. It's got good suspension, good power, comfortable. So that brings us to the next one, which is traction control. Again, just like in the car, traction control is designed to not let your tires lose traction. So yeah, if you're an experienced rider, you can keep yourself out of those types of situations, but it wouldn't be bad to have that if your bike comes with it. Now the problem with all of these rider aids is you generally only see them on the more expensive bikes, the bigger bikes. Those are the bikes that usually more experienced riders will be riding, as opposed to the inexperienced or beginner riders. So it'd be nice if the manufacturers put these aids on the beginner type bikes, but the beginner bikes are priced such that it entices people to begin riding. Nobody's going to want to plop down $12,000, $13,000 on a small engine beginner bike that has a bunch of technology in it. So it's kind of bad that you can't get those things in a beginner bike, but even if they were available, I'm not sure there'd be too many beginners that would want to fork over that type of money. Now for the more experienced riders, these rider aids not only protect you in bad situations, but they give you the freedom to push your bike just a little bit further, knowing that you've got somewhat of a safety net if things get a little out of control. And that's why they're on the race bikes, because those riders are always pushing the envelope, trying to win the race and then be the fastest around the track. So I'd say if you could afford the rider aids on the bike, get them. They're not going to hurt. A lot of times you can turn certain ones off. Your modes, you can pick rain mode, you can pick sport mode or touring mode, whatever the modes are, and switch them around. If you're really wanting to enjoy the twisted roads, then put it in sport. But if you're just commuting back and forth to work during the week, you know, just put it in normal or touring mode. Save you a little bit of gas money and make it a little bit easier to get through bumper to bumper traffic. And of course, if it's raining, put it in rain mode. You can see the snow where they plowed it and pushed it all to the sides. That might stick around for another couple days. Now, while all those rider aids are good and would be nice to have, it's also kind of nice to be on a bike like the Z800 that doesn't have all that stuff on there. It's definitely a simpler way to ride. You don't have to think about what mode you want. You don't have to think about whether you want to turn something on or off. And you might ride just a little bit safer knowing you don't have those safety nets that the rider aids provide. I guess I better go get my gas I was talking about. Alright, so if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you didn't like it, leave a thumbs down, let me know what you didn't like about it. But if you haven't subscribed, I'd ask you to go ahead and do that. It will help me out tremendously. Until we get to talk again, ride safe, enjoy the open road. Moto Scout out.